When we first started selling books online, we were, of course, very conscious of not offending the existing channel. And it was a bit of an issue where booksellers would ask us whenever we met them at a book fair or something, are you guys selling online, and do you plan to sell online, and so forth? And it was clearly an issue of concern to them. Now, at least in the States, it is no longer an issue. They know that publishers have websites. One thing that we still do, though, is we sell at full retail price. We don't discount. And of course, we still encourage travelers to use bookstores. The bookstores are good, but there are parts of the world where the channel conflict is still an issue. In France, for example, we do not sell books online in our French website, even though we have a substantial French language travel website, because there is still a very, very hot issue amongst the retailers. But in the States, which presumably is leading the way in terms of trends for the rest of the world, we are increasingly getting comfortable with promoting our books online. And while we don't discount them, we try to offer the customer who comes to us a special experience, whether it's just the wealth of other travel information that's available free online, or whether it's through bundling, buy a guidebook, get a free map, things like that. We're increasingly comfortable doing. And as we get more proficient at selling our own books directly, and we do sell a substantial number of books directly, it actually helps us in our in the power struggles in the value chain, where not only do booksellers really have to carry Lonely Planet if they want to have a valid travel section, because customers come in and ask for Lonely Planet, but increasingly we can say with a fair amount of confidence, look, we have other ways to sell our books. Thanks. If you're going to squeeze us further on margins, there's just no more. You can't squeeze us anymore. We have to sell our books some other way. And so increasingly we do have other options for how to sell books rather than just through conventional bookstores. Another thing that we're putting a lot of effort into is what we call non-conventional channels for books, but some of these channels have been around for a long time. It's partly because the nature of our books is changing. If we have scuba diving books, well, you sell them in scuba diving shops, and if you have restaurant guides, maybe you sell them at the newsstands or at the checkout counter in a hotel or something like that in city hotels. But we're putting a lot of effort into finding channels other than just standard bookstores to sell our stuff.